right, Submission Underground is returning February 23rd, live, exclusive, and free on UFC Fight Pass. And by free, I mean as long as you paid your monthly subscription. Okay, guys, one thing about Submission Underground, operates under the unified rules, meaning somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. There's no draw. They will go out there for 5 minutes. Anything goes. When 5 minutes is over, and that's quick and fast, and these guys go hard, but if that should expire, they will go right into the unified rules of overtime. Somebody is going to win, and somebody is going to get beat. Now, Submission Underground also represents the evolution of martial arts. We do something called tag team matches. And if you haven't seen it, you'll if you've seen it, you already love it. If you haven't seen it, it's exactly what you think when I say tag team. 2 guys on each team get in the ring. So you got 4 competitors. Okay, they've got to make a certain weight limit. There's a rope in each corner. Your partner must be holding the rope. And if you can tag him while he's still holding the rope, you're in. Simple as that. You come in, partner has 3 seconds to get out and be holding the rope himself. What that was meant to do was to give the guy who just tagged and is coming out an opportunity to get out in a reasonable period of time. What the athletes have done is said, no, wait, we have 3 seconds. We could spend 2 of those double teaming the partner, the opponent. That happens to be true. The referee looked at that, wasn't the intent, looked at that and said, they're right. If they want to come in and attempt to get in a position and they can still exit and have their hand on the rope, I'm going to let it go. So you can see where this starts to get fun, but this is also why I'm calling it the evolution of martial arts. Guys, one thing about martial arts, and all martial arts means, is a way of defending, offensively or defensively, of defending yourself. It is supposed to come down to the most lowest of levels, which would be in the streets. If you ever got in trouble and someone's trying to rob you, whatever the situation may be, but you're in the streets and you have to fight. And the reality is not very many fights are one-on-one. Not very many fights. One guy comes out, who wants to fight? Oh, I thought, well, I'll fight you. Well, okay, well, here's somebody. Let's clear an area, and then the rest of us are going to jump in as soon as this thing gets dangerous and we think we've got a winner fight. No, it doesn't work that way. That's why it's illegal. That's why you don't fight in the streets. But if we are going to have this conversation about one learning how to protect themselves, 2 against 1, even if for 3 seconds, 2 against 1 is the evolution of martial arts. Now, we're not talking about using strikes and elbowing somebody and hurting them. This is purely a grappling contest, but you still understand the concept. You got to know where you're at all times. You have to know your surrounding. Any martial arts instructor will tell you that. They will tell you that the number one thing you do when you find yourself in a situation is you start to observe and look around. The really good ones will tell you as soon as you look around and see a wall, get your back against it, because that means nobody can come up from behind you. I mean, there is rules when it comes to fighting, but the evolution is going to be taking place February 23rd, except this time, it's 2 of the greatest teams that I've ever heard of, okay? Craig Jones and Nicky Rod are teaming up. Coming out of the Danaher Death Squad, these guys are teammates. These guys were nasty. These guys were both finalists at this year's Abu Dhabi. Craig Jones has never lost in Submission Underground. He's been here from day one. Okay, Craig Jones is something very special, but I think you guys have also heard about Nicky Rod. Other side, Kyle Bain, Eddie Bravo, black belt. Teaming up with arguably the greatest to have ever done it, Vinny Magalhaes. Okay. Vinny went head-to-head with Gordon Ryan, and this was after Gordon was Gordon. Gordon had already won Abu Dhabi. A year ago, Vinny and Gordon beat up. Vinny beats Gordon. A number of months ago, Gordon not only wins Abu Dhabi, he wins Abu Dhabi again. So there's this really interesting debate on who the best is. Vinny was in the weight class, got eliminated in the semifinals, Gordon won it, but when they met up head-to-head, Vinny beat him. The other person in the conversation for who all around is the greatest at this is Craig Jones. The problem is Craig and Vinny have never touched one another. They've never shaken hands. They've never said hello in passing. They've never been in a workout room. They've never competed. That's all about to change. That is all about to change, except Craig is bringing Nicky Rod with him, and Vinny is bringing Kyle Bain with him. All hell's going to break loose, and I haven't even got into the nuts and bolts of the fact that Mike Perry's taking on Iaquinta. Austin Vanderford is going to be taking on Micah Brakefield. I haven't even gotten to the point that the Platinum Princess herself is going to be in attendance. Oh, and did I mention Jake Shields is taking on the Boogeyman? I mean, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of things that are going to go down. That's all going to be 2 Sundays from now, February 23rd, UFC Fight Pass, 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock out here in the West, and free, completely free, as long as you paid for a membership on UFC Fight Pass.